The Mazda MX5 has always provided pure driving pleasure in an affordable and extremely reliable package, and this latest model is the safest and most comfortable version yet. For instance, while the cabin is quite snug, there's actually enough room for even tall adults. I mean, I'm 5'11", and look, there's more than enough adjustment in the seat for me, and you can slide it all the way back, and my feet can now barely touch the pedals. You can't actually alter the reach of the steering wheel, but it doesn't matter too much because you can change it for height, and the driving position is actually spot on. There's a little bit of practicality too. The glove box, it's a reasonable size, and you get a lockable cubby here between the seats. There's a pair of cup holders in this centre console here, and one in each door pocket, although why you'd need 4 cup holders in a 2-seater car is anyone's guess. As for safety, all cars come with DSC anti-skid control, rollover hoops, and front driver and passenger airbags, and the 2-litre models also get side airbags. When it comes to value for money, fun motoring, nothing matches the MX5. I mean, it's such an incredible little sports car. Now, I'll admit it's not particularly quick. I mean, even this 2-litre model, you wouldn't describe it as ever being fast. But it's not about outright speed, this car. It's about the way it handles. And let me tell you, it handles brilliantly. And one thing I really like about it is that you feel really in tune with the car because all the controls, the steering, the brakes, the gear shift, I mean, they all have such a lovely feel to them. And it turns every journey into a pleasure, and you get a bit disappointed when you actually arrive at your destination because, well, it means the fun is over. Now, you might be thinking the MX5 could be a little bit tiring for everyday motoring, but you'd be wrong because it's actually really easy to live with. I mean, it's very comfortable even in town because the suspension does a great job of dealing with bumps in the road. It's actually better in some respects than quite a few family cars. You get pretty good wind protection too, and the heater, I mean, the heater, it's like a furnace, and that means that you can pretty much have the roof down all year round, even when it's winter. But if you start to get a little bit cold, or, you know, it begins to rain, after all, you can't rely on the British weather, can you? Doesn't matter, because the roof is very easy to put up, especially on this particular car, because, as you can see, it's got the retractable power hardtop. And then once the back's down, all you have to do is hit this catch to lock it into place. Personally though, I don't think it's worth paying the extra for over the traditional soft top unless you need the extra insulation or added security it gives you. Also, the mechanism eats into the MX5's already meagre boot space, and that brings me onto the car's negatives. And one is the fact that the engines can get a little bit noisy at higher speeds. Also, you want to avoid the automatic gearbox because it's not really very good. And finally, I think some of the materials used in the cabin feel a little bit hard, brittle and plasticky, but really that's about it. And so long as you can put up with a limited practicality, as far as I'm concerned, the Mazda MX-5 is about as good as car ownership gets.